That's a very good question. One that comes up often. The wolf is the Canis lupus, the grey timber wolf, and whereas the dog, modern dog, is the Canis lupus familiaris. It's actually a subspecies to the wolf. And the domestic dog is probably or believed to be the first animal that was ever domesticated by man. And that domestication goes back something like 15,000 years. So throughout that period of time, the dog has actually evolved in accordance with its life with man and man's diet and the way it's been taken care of. Similarly, the wolf, through that 15,000 years, has evolved as well. So it's not the same animal as it was back when the two actually separated. And in fact, it's not really known what the true predecessor of the modern dog is. So from that point of view, we can't really go back and look at what the ancestor ate and then say, well, that's where it's come from, and so that's what we should be feeding it. What we do know, though, is that the modern timber wolf is an obligate carnivore, and an obligate carnivore is an animal that must eat meat. It must kill prey and consume most of the portion of that prey to get the nutrients that it needs. Modern dog, Canis lupus familiaris, is not an obligate carnivore, and he has some very unique traits that separate the dog from the obligate carnivore. One of those would be vitamin A. Dogs, like humans, can actually synthesize vitamin A from beta-carotene. And vitamin A itself is a substance called retinol. And but the wolf cannot produce retinol from beta-carotene, and he has to eat the prey. Normally, he would eat the liver. That's probably the richest source of retinol. That's one difference. Another difference relates to the essential fatty acids. Linoleic acid is an essential fatty acid, and it's essential for dogs and it's essential for wolves. What the domestic dog can do is actually use a process that we call chain elongation, and he can actually convert linoleic acid to arachidonic acid. Now, arachidonic acid is not classified as an essential fatty acid unless, of course, you don't have the ability to create it in the body. The dog can create it, the wolf can't. So the wolf has to have its arachidonic acid in that form, or else it will be suffering from malnutrition. The third significant difference between the dog and the wolf relates to taurine. Taurine is quite often referred to as being an amino acid. It's not actually an amino acid, it's an amino sulfonic acid, and it's actually a derivative from the amino acid. There's two amino acids that we commonly, that we need in life, that contain sulfur. One is cysteine and the other one is methionine. Cysteine is the precursor to the production of taurine in the body, and the dog has that pathway of creating taurine from cysteine. Where the problem comes for domestic diets for dogs is that if we don't have enough cysteine in the diet, the dog can't synthesize taurine. But if the dog doesn't have enough cysteine, it will then synthesize methionine to cysteine, cysteine to taurine. So it really comes back to the basic diet structure in the first place. We really must have sufficient sulfur amino acids to be able to satisfy the requirement for taurine in the dog. If you see dog diets that are put out there that are supplemented with taurine, then you have to be very suspicious about that, because that simply means that there's not enough pre-existing sulfur amino acids there in the diet. But that's the domestic dog, whereas the wolf, he doesn't have that pathway. So if he doesn't eat the taurine in its form from the prey that he's hunted, then he's going to be deficient, and he might go blind. So that's the background to it. It's a contentious issue, but really I think to say that we have to feed the dog and treat him as a wolf is a bit of a stretch. It's not really quite that simple.